Okay, what we're going to try to do today is a short lecture over collisions. What we've got are three types of collisions that we're starting to see. Is we're going to have collisions where things hit and stick together and move off. Things that don't stick together, they either bounce off or make the other one move, things of that nature. And then the other one's a little odd, so we'll get to that one when we get there. The first one we're going to go with is collisions to where they're bouncing off each other. When that's the case, you're simply going to use the mass and velocity of the first thing plus the mass and velocity of the second thing. Sometimes it won't even have velocity. And then you're going to go to the after scenario where the mass and velocity, of course, will change some way. We'll call that after. And the mass and velocity of the second thing after. Those are when they're bouncing, not sticking. When they are sticking together, what we have is the mass and velocity of one thing is going to hit the mass and velocity of another thing. Remember, they can be moving towards each other, one could be stationary, whatever, but they stick together. And because they stick together, we're going to have their masses added together. And sometimes the velocity will be known or unknown, but this will be a new velocity, whatever happens. And this is all in the after. So if we had to decide, this would be, on all these, would be before, and this is after. And those could be equal signs, by the way. And in the third scenario that we run into are ones that are a little weird. They have no beginning collision. They're two carts together and pushed apart by a spring. They are a bullet being fired by a gun. There's no thing moving hitting another thing. So they're odd. They're oddballs. They're conservation of momentum problems. When we get into those that all of a sudden are propelled, they're usually going, this heavy thing moved. What did this light thing do in return? You're comparing momentums. And in that scenario, you have the mass and velocity of one thing has to be equal to the mass and velocity of another thing. And I'll have other tutorials on each of these three topics here in a bit.